Hey, 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 I guess we're going to skip the music and the sounds, baby. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Conversations with Geoff. We are excited for you to be here with us today, and I want you to make sure you sit down, turn off all the distractions around you. If you're new to the sessions, to the show, welcome. You folks that have been following us, you know the drill. You know we bring folks in here that are going to deliver an impactful message for you. And I was chatting with our guest coming up beforehand, man, and he is ready to go. So please, please, please set some time, quiet time right now, get in a nice, comfortable chair, huddle up next to us, and let's have some fun with Conversations with Geoff, right? And also, happy Mother's Day weekend coming up. Every day is Mother's Day. We all know that, right? So all you moms, either here, if you're like me and mom's not here, you know they're here in our spirit. You know they're here in our hearts. You know they're here in our thinking. All those things. Welcome to that. And for military folks, we want to recognize you this month as well. So thank you all for being here. And moms and dads and military folks, we love you and appreciate everything you do. You know, I want to just mention the purpose of Conversations with Geoff and the mission kind of all go the same, right? So many things are going on in the world today. Everything is easy to get distracted. You can get get sideways on things instantly, and then that message runs. Everything goes in your brain just runs and runs and runs, right? So our mission and our purpose is in 3 areas: community, health, and wealth, and those things that fall underneath there: marriages, raising children, business relationships, wealth relationships, physical health, all that stuff, right? And the conversation that you have with yourself about yourself is so critical. And that key thing I talk about a lot, and that's the relationship that you have. And you have to have the relationship with yourself, your higher power, God, whomever else you want to call, obviously first. But man, what's the relation? I'm going to ask you, what's the relationship you're having with yourself based off of the message that you're giving yourself? That's right. Here in the Conversations with Geoff, we make you think a little bit. We ask you to think a little bit. We ask you to participate. When you come in the show, let us know where you're from. Say, hey, I'm so-and-so from here, and I love what you're saying. Or can you say some other things around this? And really show some love to our guest. Because, man, this man is an amazing person, right? So remember, as we move through this, I want you to be thinking about truly where you can take some of these nuggets and apply them in your life right now, today, even during the show, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about taking action, not just thinking about change, baby. It's about taking action and making some stuff happen. All right. So anyhow, let me make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I've talked about Mother's Day and military, and because that's important, we don't want to miss that. Oh, hey, look, my name is Geoff Tyson. I'm the host of Conversations with Geoff, and I'm known as the king of comeback, baby, because my life has been about that conversation around athletics when I couldn't make it to the NFL because of injury, and about education when I struggled, and about business when I built one and almost lost one, and about relationships, right? Oh, that's a whole nother conversation, baby. So anyhow, hang in there with us, enjoy yourself, and think about what it is you're going to come back from. That you know you can do it, but you've been hiding behind something. You've been scared to do it. Think about what that is. So let me get to our guest. And really, we all know about the power of this man. It's no secret to what his gifts are. And just really quickly, he says, who I am. He is a marketing coach. He is here to help you, and you are the key. With over 30 years of sales and marketing success in multiple industries, he can help you be successful in your business by helping you truly connect. He is the connector. He's got the dot game down, baby. I love that about him and so many other things. The secret is building community through authentic connection. This is where true transformation takes place. Ladies and gentlemen, help me bring to the stage my friend, our guest, Russ Hedge. All right, baby, let's get him over here. Hey, Russ.
Hey, how's it going, Geoff?
Oh, fantastic, man. How about you?
I am ready to have a conversation. I'm always good, always ready.
You are, and we appreciate that, brother. And I love hearing the conversations about all the things you're doing with all your different shows and how you seek to serve people, Russ. Man, and we were talking about community and all that, and I know we're not going to keep you long, so if you don't mind, man, let's just kind of get right to the show. How's that?
Let's do it. That's it. Hey, First of all, I love people, and Jeff and I connected a while back and have just become amazing friends in a short amount of time. So, Jeff, thank you so much for having me on today. And I've been battling with my energy, so I'll get to that in a moment. But you know what? Today's a new day, and I'm always excited about new opportunities and new possibilities. And so, hey, I'm back, and really my purpose in life. I'm a marketing coach, keynote speaker, and live streamer, live stream producer. But my purpose in life is to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose driven life of significance. And what do I mean by that? I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want you to do the amazing things God has created you to do. And you know what? We all have our own talents and abilities that we were given to use on this earth. So we got to get started, give ourselves a kick in the behind and get going and use it. And so I'm just excited every day for the opportunities. My main goals in life is to help people with their purpose and a positive mindset, and then to connect with others and build community, because I believe that is really a foundation for all that we do. So that's me in a nutshell, Jeff.
That's a big shell, man, because there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more around that, man. So as I was listening to you and remembering, knowing more about you, so I was thinking, like everything in life, those that are fortunate like yourself to be able to step into their real purpose, there were some obstacles along the way before the Russ we see today is we all know. But how was that Russ before you started this journey? What was it that you thought about doing, man, but you were kind of like hesitant? For those folks out there like you that really want to be fulfilled in their life and live their purpose, where were you at that point, man?
Well, I think we all have a little bit of imposter syndrome, a little bit of limiting beliefs built into ourselves, no matter how we are. I was blessed with an amazing family and parents that really encouraged me from the get-go to do all that I wanted to do. So unlike a lot of people, I didn't have as much difficulty moving forward. However, with my business, I did really have kind of a stumbling block. I was always felt the call to do what I'm doing now, but I was stuck in the corporate world, and so it was safer. You have a regular income and all of that, and so, but when COVID hit, it was just like, you know what? Uh, Suddenly everything came to a screeching halt, and my beautiful wife said to me, honey, if you really want to do this business and these things with your life, God has just gone and cleared the decks. All your busy schedule has now stopped, and now you have the time and space to do it. So I'd get going. And so, with the encouragement of my beautiful wife, I moved forward, and I haven't looked back since. And it's just a matter of what I always tell people: taking that first step and just moving into it. Even when you're not confident, even when you feel like you don't really know what you're doing, take that first step and keep going.
Yeah, I love that, man. And what a man to honor and recognize his wife, right? The real reason, I think you and I are similar. I traded up too. I have a wife kind of like that too.
That's always good. Good to marry up.
It makes a difference for us. So it was the COVID thing. You finally stepped away from the imposter syndrome. Did that all go away right away? Or you mentioned maybe it still kind of trickles in.
It's always lurking. You have to stay confident and just believe. I'm a strong man of faith, and so I believe in God and I believe in myself. And so I have to fight that just like anybody else. But the way you fight that is by activity and action, by doing things. If you want to transform your life from where you are now to where you want to be, you need to just start doing it, start taking action. And, I have a free at russhedge.com, my website, I have a free download, successfully transform your life in 3 simple steps. And those simple steps are: connect to yourself, connect to others, and connect to success. And so that's what that whole worksheet is about. And anybody can go to russhedge.com and download that. But really, it's all about action and moving forward, even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's so true. Nice way to wrap that up, man. And I like you had those 3 points, and you said connect with self, connect with others, and connect with success. How do we connect with ourselves? I mean, we hear it a lot. People have all these great ideas, but what's something that someone that's trying to get connected with self can do? What would you start with?
Well, that is the toughest one because I think everybody leapfrogs over themselves, thinking that they need to do all these magical business and marketing programs and all these things, and they got to jump into all this stuff when they don't even know what their purpose is all about. What is the reason they're actually living life and doing business? Why are they here? And so I think when they discover that, that's the ultimate beginning of connecting with yourself, is discovering what God's purpose is for you on this earth and all the things you were meant to do, because we were all meant to do amazing things. I always joke, I think there's a little bit of amazing just ready to burst out of everybody. Everybody's got awesome stuff in them, even when you don't feel like it. And so I think that finding that purpose, understanding yourself, and there's a whole process to that, but it really, I think that is the beginning of great things as far as connecting to yourself.
Yeah, because and it kind of goes back to the whole show with Conversations with Geoff, right? Connecting with yourself through the words you say, the thoughts you have, right? And it's either that power of belief or limiting belief. It's either maybe or maybe not, Russ.
That's how we get along so well, Geoff, because we're all about the same, idea, same mindset. And I think that's important for everybody. You got to have the way you build confidence in yourself is by knowing yourself and connecting to yourself. And then it's just like, if you don't love yourself and if you don't know what you're all about, how are you going to love other people and connect to them and actually make a difference in other people? If you're not secure in yourself.
And man, being in that space at some point in my life, not being connected, I tell a quick story, Russ, around, my parents' relationship. They're both gone now. They were married 44 years before my mom passed. And, and she was in the hospital diagnosed with cancer, and I go into the hospital and the point of this whole thing is that I'm the opposite of what I'm about to share with you. My sisters were there along the room, and my dad was at the end of the bed painting my mom's toenails while she was laying in the hospital. They had been married 44 years, and I knew at that point where I was in my life, man, I was so far away from being able to appreciate or being worthy of a relationship like that. So when you talk about having a relationship with self, man, I always spent the last 30 years so that I too can be able to paint someone's toenails, or they can paint mine, because I understand.
Well, yeah, because all your relationships suffer if you don't connect yourself. Your self connection and self awareness and really loving yourself gives you that ability for those other relationships. And I too, like you, Geoff, lost both my parents, who were amazing, who loved each other for years. And I'm spacing how many years it was right now, but it was a lot of years. And they, I lost both of them, but they instilled in me a lot of the values and the ideas that I live by today.
Yeah. And that's so that example, they say that your kids they don't do what you say, they do what you do, but they do what they see. They become who they see,
That's right.
and that's so important to kind of bring that up. We got some folks from the Philippines and Northeastern Ohio. Everybody saying hi to Russ. Just want to acknowledge you. Thanks for saying that. And as you drop in, please continue to let us know how we can serve you and show Russ the continued love that you're doing. Thank you so much. Man, boy, I know we're kind of keeping this to a short time because I made that commitment to you, and I love where you're going with self and with others. And then what do you think about that whole thing around connecting with success and the idea of fear of success that people have?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think it is really starts with significance, because you are successful when you are significant, when you're doing significant things to others. That could be in a mission in a little town on the other side of the world, being significant to those people, helping them with their lives and their food supply and their water supply could be that could make you so significant that you are successful in your life. Success is not built around money.
Yeah.
In business, we all need money to survive. Money is not a bad thing, within itself. The love of money is the problem, but it's all your intention and what it's all about. But you've got to be careful about realizing that that God has given us things that we can really impact others. We can change the world. We can change our community. We can transform our life and other people's lives in a significant way, and that is success to me. There's lots of things you can do in business, and I give ideas, as far as connecting, because I think connection and community building is where everything starts. You build that community around you, and not only does it enable you to do amazing things because of all the people with more knowledge around you and support around you, but it also just is something that is amazing. Recently I've gone through some challenges, and having community around you sustains you also. And I think that is so important.
Yeah, man. And we were talking about how they've showed up for you and been there for you. And we know you're not feeling well and you're going through some other things around that. Can you tell us, give us an update on how you're doing, and how we can continue to support you in this next journey?
Well, I appreciate everybody. It was probably 10 months ago now I was diagnosed. Well, maybe, no, maybe 12 months ago now. I'm losing track. Anyway, 10 months approximately that I was diagnosed with melanoma, malignant cancer on the bottom of my foot, actually. Then they found cancer in my groin area, and then had to start cancer treatment. I'm stage 3C cancer. And so that treatment at first seemed to be going smoothly until they found more cancer, changed up the drugs, and this whole latest thing within the last 3 weeks or so, new drug for immunotherapy treatment, threw my body out of whack and lots of side effects. They gave me other drugs to counteract that, which created more problems, including high blood sugar and all the things like that. So now I'm having to inject. Now I'm spacing. Anyway, my blood sugar is out of whack. There you go. It'll all come to me. But anyway, the number one thing is it's really thrown me physically for a loop. And back to community, everybody has really, really rallied around and helped me. And, I just want people to know everything that I'm going through, that I believe God has better days ahead for me. I have faith that good things are going to come, and that I'm going to get through this. And I am not giving up on life. I'm moving forward, being positive. And you know what? Even when life really is a struggle, doesn't mean that you have to give up on your hopes and dreams and all that you want to do. Just keep taking one step at a time, even if it's a little bit slower than before.
Like little baby shuffle sometimes. Yeah. Right? We just shuffle.
That's what I feel like too, but I'm still moving forward.
Oh man. I love that, and as we get more mature, we start to shuffle a little bit naturally anyway, right? So I like that, man. And dude, so you're in our prayers, and I believe that you believe what you're saying. You're not just talking about it. I mean, you're going, whoever you believe, God, whatever it is that picks you and takes you through these storms. The gift is to be like you and show up today. I mean, we also want to talk about people that make excuses, right? You have plenty of reasons to say, hey, Geoff, man, what up, blah, 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 but you show up. And I know you show up not just for me, but for everybody. Yeah. So what do you talk about that, man? Excuses and people doing that.
Well, that's just it. I could give you what my football coaches used to tell me what excuses were, but I think that's not rated PG. So
yeah, I remember.
You probably know that one, but I think, you know what? There's really no excuse not to show up. And even when you struggle and it's hard and you need help from others, you keep showing up. And I think that is the key to life. You got to work through things. I understand that everybody goes through challenges, battles, and there's days we just can't do it, but it doesn't mean we're giving up, because we're still planning to show up. And sometimes showing up is having your friends help you. I have friends, one who's on here, Inger Van Roy, who's going to be helping me tonight with my live stream. She's going to be hosting my live stream, Russ Reels Live at 4 p.m. Pacific tonight, because I did my show this morning, Marketing with Russ. I'm doing your show. Then I got to do a few other things for work today, and I'll be blown out, and I got to go to the doctor still. So I think ahead, but I'm still able to show up. I'm still able to be there in little video clips and be there in a way with my friends' help. And so that's what people need to remember. Sometimes we need people to lift us up, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we're giving up. So just hang in there and keep that positive attitude, perspective, and mindset.
Yeah, that's so powerful. Thanks for sharing that. And Ingrid was saying, she knows she's keeping you in her prayers, and Steph saying, hi, hey Ingrid, thanks for showing up, Steph. We really appreciate you guys being here. Man, Russ, I've got so many things here in my notes that I can kind of have you take back and unwind, but I won't do that to you. As we kind of wind it up today, and you talk about community, you talk about managing excuses. What's next for you while you're going through all this stuff, man? What kind of secrets you got going on that you want to touch on real quick?
Well, I have great things ahead. I'm planning, my business has been going along great, sustaining me and continuing to grow, which has been awesome. My goal is just to continue to help people. I love what my friend Russ John says, help more people, help more people. And that's really, I'm in line with that. Want to help more people, be able to help more people, because that's how community works. And I had so many people, my good friend D. Scott Smith, who's my co-host of my Wednesday show, The Experience Live, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Everybody, The Experience Live is on, just in case you haven't seen it. But he, he's been helping me and filling in on stuff. And he says to me, that's what friends do. That's what community does. We support each other. And, I've had people there just when I just can't pull myself on screen. There's people there to take care of it for me. And so I think that moving ahead, I'm just going to continue to work to help people, continue to help people learn how to connect, to grow community, have a positive perspective. And how does that tie into their marketing and their business? I always tell people that connection and community building is the foundation for any good business, any good marketing plan, really any good life. And so you need to constantly be connecting with people and building community one at a time. Just keep plugging away, and that is what's going to help you grow and build, and you help each other, because we are better together for sure.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. And I can just listen to you talk forever around that. And my thoughts around community, because the world is so splintered right now. And, the simple thing about serving and helping others, I wrote down, help more people. Right. So as we talk about that, man, and all the things that you're talking about today, boy, what's one thing that you want to leave our audience with that you haven't already? I mean, you dropped. I got a whole sheet of notes here. And so, as we kind of come to the conclusion of it, what is it that after you've talked today, and how do you want to leave us?
Well, my number one thing to everybody watching would be keep a positive perspective no matter what's going on with you. And at times, life, my last couple of weeks, part of that has really been lousy. I'll be honest with you. It's been not fun, not the things that I would want to do. But you know what? I've kept a positive perspective around it, knowing that it's something I'm moving through, knowing there's better days ahead, knowing that my plans and future are still there for me. I just need to get through this time, and keeping that perspective, woe is me. Life is not over. We don't have to have a bunch of excuses, like Geoff said, for why we can't do things. Keep that positive mindset. And even if it is just one little baby step at a time, keep moving forward. Every morning I have a morning routine. I do my morning prayer, devotions, journaling, and all the things that I do, which I've kept up even in my worst days. And I always exercise. And during my worst days, I have still climbed on my stationary bike and I pedaled for a little while to try to get some motion in my body. And so, you know what? Even if you can only do a little bit, don't beat yourself up because you can't go run 5 miles. Do what you can do. Keep that positive perspective.
Well, man, I'll tell you, as I listen to you, thank you for sharing that, by the way. And, I talk a little bit about it. I'm starting to talk. My journey with cancer is the treatments will begin here in a couple of months. So I'll remember what you said, because I'm like, hey, doctors say you do these things. I'm going to say, well, Russ got on the bike and he shouldn't probably be on the bike, and he's taking some steps. So thank you for being an inspiration for me on that journey and pulling me up, when we first met about it, and being there for me, man. And I want you to know that we love you.
Thank you.
And that you are the real deal, baby.
Well, I am always here. Thank you, Geoff. And I'm always here for you, always praying for you, and have a couple other friends going through that similar prostate, situation. And so, yeah, everything has its pitfalls, but you know what? You'll come out stronger on the other side. Life will be okay. They'll take care of you. God is good no matter what.
Yeah, man, I believe that. And like you, I believe that this is just another phase for me to be able to share my journey for others that are like, man, why me?
That's right.
No, 60 some years old, no medicine, no issues, and then this. But like you said, baby, we deal with the cards we're dealt with. So
It's
Russ,
interesting. You mentioned one thing that I find kind of funny, because I went from like 0 to 50 on medications. I used to go to the doctor. They say, you have a medication list? Nope. I don't take any medicine. You have nothing? Nope. And now they say, you have medication. Hang on a sec here. Let me get out my binder.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, but hey, look, you're gonna go back to 0, man. That's the deal.
That's it.
Go, baby.
That's right. These are all going away.
That's it. And just think of all the people that, like myself, heard how you showed up when you didn't want to, and how you just keep pressing on, man. So
that's right. Yeah.
I think you've got all of your contact information out there. Is there any other parting words that you want to go with, man, before we lose you?
No, I just want to, well, yes, I want to say to everybody, keep smiling, keep moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. Keep that positive perspective. Anything you want to know about me, my amazing assistant ever has been on the show today and been commenting for me and giving you information on things. And so all my contact information is, probably Geoff has it too, but there is, it'll all be available. And if you want to get in touch with me, I love to connect with people. You can go to russhedge.com/contact and schedule time directly on my calendar. But at russhedge.com, it's the central wheel to everything that I do. So just remember my name.com, and you'll get to everything that I do, all my connection points.
Yeah. And Eric, thank you. And Russ Johns, if you're here and you're listening to us, thank you for stepping in, and all the other folks that are there for us. Hey, man, we love you. We know you're there, brother. And thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. I loved it. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Geoff. I appreciate you.
See you on the next episode, Russ. Go get some rest, brother. All right. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Listen, if you're worrying about things that you can't control, he's giving you so many examples on how you can take control of the things you can. Just one more thing that you can do, right? If nothing else, find somebody that you can help. Reach out to somebody that you know needs help. That's one thing we all can do, right? I mean, you can find somebody, some elderly person that needs some help in the grocery store. You can knock on your neighbor's yard. You can help around the house a little bit more, fellas, if you're from that nature where you just, mom takes care of everything in the house and you show up from work and everything's done. But hey, you know what? She's working too, especially if there's kids at home. Find the reason to help somebody. Do one thing to help somebody. I was going to ask you, what's one word as we wrap up? What's one word that you can stop using? Because, in the community, Conversations with Geoff, baby, we're about I can, we're about I will, we're about I must, and I believe I can. So that's where we come from. So what words, or one word, can you stop using? What one habit can you begin to change? I say begin to change because it takes time to make a change. We all know that. And I circled this with our guest, and I'm going to say it to you as we wrap up. Help more people. Let's create community. Let's change that stinking thinking that's spinning in your brain right now, or maybe later, or this morning, and understand the power of the gift of changing the conversation you're having with yourself about yourself. Got to do some work behind the change, baby. Got to do the work. And yeah, you can come back just like I have, just like Russ has, and anything you're facing. Find your reason. Let's get busy. And let's help us and the guests that we bring on the stage impact 1 million lives, becoming aware of their conversations they're having with themselves, about themselves, and creating a whole new world for them and you. Got to go. Thank you very much. See you on the next episode.